This is the Zo-Daddy.
Welcome back. This is the ManCandy.
And we are on podcast number 19. Little shout out to Krugs. That's Krugs' favorite number.
Is it 19?
Yep, 19 has always been his number for some reason. Yep.
All right.
Well, little recap from last episode. What do we?
Oh,
what
boy.
Do you got for
last
us?
episode, do you remember what it was?
It was the sports card, of course. I could have gone on for hours. Could have kept going. Talk more about different, ways to place your picks. I like that. What's the difference between a parlay and a teaser? Great question on here, ManCandy.
Thank you.
And since that episode, you've been right spot on with your lines, now knowing how to read them.
I know, right?
Yeah, so we don't even have to, I might not even have to check you anymore.
Well, make sure to take a look on our X account, because we'll get Week 7's picks out tomorrow.
And you might want to go to the opposite of whatever we're taking. ManCandy and Zo-Daddy win a combined 0 for 8. 0 for 8. So I don't know how that's even possible. I told ManCandy, today that maybe we should just do our picks, but then actually we're going to take the opposite of what we think. And
sure. But should we do that for this week?
No, because you know what's going to happen.
And they're all going to hit.
They'll all hit.
Yeah.
We're going to, and I'm still like only half a game behind.
Yeah, you are 7-17. I'm 7-16 in a push.
Oh boy!
So half a game.
All right. I got to figure it out.
That's embarrassing.
It is awful. Sorry for those that are following our picks or hopefully going against them. Well, let's get that. What's that sound?
Ready? Yeah. Let me bring it up here on the board.
We should have a little background music while you're getting it up there.
I know.
Oh well.
All right. So I think you struggled on this one.
Oh yes. Yep. All right. I'll try.
And remember, it's not what your initial reaction is going to think that it is.
All right. I'm ready. I'm going to listen carefully.
Last week's What's That Sound was.
My initial, is shuffling a deck of cards. That's probably what you're thinking. That's what I'm going with. Shuffling a deck of cards.
So, well, the silly answer was me farting into my recorder. Oh. But that's not what it is.
Oh, is it shuffling cards?
It is shuffling cards.
How about that? I had no idea. I didn't even have a good guess last week. I think my mind is really focused today.
It could be.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Did you have a good day today?
Well, maybe just taking a sip of Diet Dew just got me fired up. But how about that, ManCandy? That just came to me.
Good job.
Boom. All right. I'm ready for this week's now.
All right. This week's What's That Sound is...
What in the world?
Interesting.
Right. Interesting is right. All right, go again.
Okay.
I don't know. It sounds not a mouse click, but it's just some little clicking sound.
It is a little clicking sound, yes.
Not a mouse click. I don't know if it's one of your toys at your desk that you have. You have like a little snapping toy of some sort. You got that easy button.
That's true.
But maybe clicking that easy button without the sound going on it.
I don't know if that's possible.
I don't know.
My boner jams button.
Yep. Well, I tell you what, ManCandy. There's, I had no clue about last week's, and it just came to me. Maybe it's going to come to me right when we film our next session.
Okay.
Yep. So I might have to wait. So I'm giving the audience maybe a chance for them to guess.
Yeah. Yeah. If you know What's That Sound, once again, it's. Feel free to add it to the comment.
Like Bonko, the game where.
Bonko?
I don't know.
Sorry?
Sorry? Is it?
Where you push the button?
Yes. Is that sorry?
That is possible.
I didn't know. Sorry. You
don't. I don't know which one it is. I thought it was sorry. Could be wrong.
No, it's with all these different color pegs, and you go around.
Isn't that sorry?
No, sorry. You got cards. We might have to have one on board games.
Board games, that would be a fun.
Tips on board games. Maybe we should do that and bring out. Sorry, you definitely have cards.
Sure.
I think it's. I don't know.
All right. Well, if you know What's That Sound, please feel free to add it to the comment section or give us a shout out on X at JO Tips Podcast.
All right. Well, we are on podcast number 19, folks. And this one just came to us this morning. I was asking the ManCandy what is he doing, and he says, well, I got to do some interviews for a possible assistant for him. And how many interviews did you go through today?
3 interviews and 2 phone screens.
Okay, you got some potential client.
I got some potential, yeah.
Potential future employees.
Yep. So my assistant a couple weeks ago turned in her notice. I don't understand why, because I'm awesome, and I don't understand why anybody wouldn't want to work with me. But now I'm having to go through the process of interviewing others to fill this role. So been very, very active these past week and a half, 2 weeks or so in recruiting and interviewing, and yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Cool. Well, before we get into the topic, if any of our listeners are interested in being ManCandy's assistant, please give us a shout out, and ManCandy will, give you an interview.
Absolutely.
Oh, that would be huge if we
great.
get one of our listeners to be your assistant. So, podcast number 19 is going to be interview tips.
Yes, and I don't have a whole lot of notes on this topic because it's my job. So I'm just gonna do a Zo-Daddy and shoot from the hip this episode.
Oh boy, this could be bad.
This could be maybe our shortest episode.
Only I shoot from the hip, ManCandy. You are always the one prepared. Well, I'll start out with the first tip. If you're getting interviewed, obviously my tip is whatever position you're going for, do some prior research.
Sure.
If it's whatever the company, wherever you're getting interviewed, get to know what a little information about the company, kind of like what you do sometimes on our episodes when you throw out some cool facts.
Yeah,
learn some facts, and maybe you can even
incorporate them into some of the answers.
Yeah. Incorporate it into the answers. Know what they want to hear. Know what they want to hear and believe in, and incorporate that in your answers. That's a huge bonus in my mind.
I don't know. I totally agree, and I love that when people throw little snippets into their answers. Me as the interviewer, though, my whole background's been in HR, and one of the things that I've always wanted to pride myself on being HR is being authentic in an actual interview. I want to be myself as the interviewer. Okay, so that way, a lot of companies think that employees come into the company and they got to sell themselves to the company. When I agree with it, but should be an opposite way. People should want to work with you. So if you make it exciting, you make it fun and not sterile and boring and kind of your straightforward type answers and questions, that helps build that relationship and helps build a good path of communication.
I like that, ManCandy. So to me, that means you're throwing out, one of your questions has got to be a wrestling trivia question.
Yeah.
Like, who's your favorite wrestler?
Yeah, top 5.
Top 5, just they have to come up with it?
Yeah, and if John Cena's name comes up, I say,
interview's over.
Yeah, I think we're going to go with another candidate.
Oh, awesome. And then you got your obvious tips of, arrive to the interview on time, dress appropriately, do a follow-up thank you email, and all those. So, I think that's just kind of common sense.
Yeah, I appreciate a follow-up email, and when I get them, it's like, okay, cool. I don't really read them all that much because it's the same old language, but it makes me feel like I did a good job.
Yeah, that's where if I was getting interviewed and I did a follow-up, I'd probably have AI create one for me that, might spice things up a little bit.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and so make it really stick out.
When was the last time you went on an interview?
Oh, it's about 25 years ago.
I was going to say.
I think I'm right now, I believe I'm like 3-0 on interviews.
That way.
Yeah. Applied 3 different places, got all 3.
You're so charming.
I think one didn't count. Count working at the park. Ooh, that could be an episode.
What?
Part maintenance, tips on part maintenance. Back when Zo-Daddy was an MP, because that MP episode's still exploding.
Yeah, it's our number 1 episode.
Yeah, I might have to do. I don't know, that and marriage tips should be our 1 and 2. I would think. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So.
Agreed.
Yep. Tips on keeping Murphy Soldiers Memorial Park updated.
Yeah. Yep. So, hey, what do you think of this? So I got a resume and someone that's interested in the position, but they had a picture of themselves on their resume.
Oh, that makes it stick out.
It's definitely interesting.
Could you imagine if he had a championship belt
That'd be
on his shoulder? Man, he wouldn't even need to interview. You're hired.
That might be a Gen Z thing, but I guess that's,
That would be,
I was like, okay, that's interesting.
Cool. Yes, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's good, ManCandy. Well, you got any other ones as the...
Well, you said be on time, be professional, do your research, but just relax.
Yes.
Okay, I get it. It's a stressful time, but your best self is going to come through when you're relaxed and you're comfortable and can just have a casual conversation.
Yes.
Again, my whole background's been in human resources, and you have all these videos and different things, and obviously you want to stick to the question. You don't want to talk about the questions that you can ask during an interview, but again, just being relaxed and being your true self.
Okay, awesome. What about how would you? Have you ever asked this question, like, and how would you want the person to respond to this question?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are your weaknesses?
Sure.
Have you asked that question? Do you ask that?
I always like to ask, because with my line of work, it's more software based. So individuals, I want to really start getting into some of the in-depth topics and buzzwords, if you will, for the specific software that I use. So if individuals are coming in and they have some experience, and I'll ask a question like, okay, well, what do you consider are your strengths, but what are some opportunities that you want to learn more of, and just be more a part of. Yep. And that softens that harsh question of what's your weaknesses, and again puts the person at ease and can give you a solid answer.
I like that. Good answer.
Weaknesses is such a hard word. Mm-hmm. So what are some opportunities to learn, and what are your opportunities for growth?
Yes. Back when Zo-Daddy was interviewing, I always heard, sometimes always turn your weakness into a positive.
Yeah. Everybody's going to do that.
And that, I don't know if that's the trend anymore.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, they'll spin it around, and they'll make talk about how their weaknesses then become their strengths and such. Yes. And that's pretty common.
That's pretty common. All right.
Yeah. How many? Okay, so what would you guess? Ideally, so you have a position open. You're reviewing resumes. You're talking to candidates. How many people let's say out of 10 would you want to bring in for a final interview?
I would say max of 4.
4? Okay.
I mean, if you can't narrow it down, from that original 10 to 4, 3 or 4. Yeah. 3 or 4. You want more than 2 to compare. I would say 3 or 4 is a good number. Is that what you're thinking?
That's a general rule of thumb. Somewhere in that range. Right. So, but as an interviewer, I always like to thank the individual for taking the time to meet, and always kind of explain what the next steps are, even if I know in the kind of the back of my mind that this person may not be a good fit. Again, you're leaving a good lasting impression with that individual.
That's good.
And you never know, there could be another opportunity that they'd be a better fit for, and you don't want to leave a sour impression about your organization.
That's great. That's great, ManCandy. Great tip. I got another thing that I want to throw at you. I think hoping this will help our audience too is what happens when you're getting down, like you got the person you want, and it comes down to their salary. Yeah. And maybe if I'm the person, I want a little bit more, like maybe, do you always throw out like, it's within this range? Yeah. And then what happens like if they, say, how could they go about saying, I want a little more than that? Sure. And be professional and stuff.
Yeah, it's open to negotiation. I generally like to ask the person first and start that conversation and see if they have a range in mind. Sometimes they'll turn it around on me and fire it right back. And I'm comfortable just as long as I know the correct range. But if a person is out of that range, you always go into what else is involved in the position. So from a total compensation standpoint, if it's a bonus eligible position, if there's some sort of other perks that go along with the job, and you kind of build out this framework that's not just, granted it's still important, but it's not just a general salary, it's everything else involved, and plus the opportunity to work with the ManCandy. Oh man. So you can't put a price on that.
That is true. That's worth a couple G's right
there. Sure.
Yes.
Everybody's got a price, like the $1 Million Man says.
Yes.
It's hard to put a price on working with the ManCandy.
Oh yes.
So
they're not going to be Virgil then, are they?
No, they won't be Virgil.
Okay, I'm just saying they're not going to throw out hundreds to random people. Just, all right.
So, but that's generally you talk in ranges, and then when it actually comes down to it, you evaluate their skill set, how it relates to the job, and then come up with that total. Certainly, you want to give yourself a little flexibility when it comes to a negotiation, but as an organization, you don't have to.
Yes.
You know what the one thing that really bugs me about interviews are?
Oh, yes.
So you go through your resumes, you get people set up, and they don't show.
Ooh, no shows.
Or the day of the interview, they send you an email or give you a call saying, "Sorry, I accepted a position elsewhere." It's
Okay.
like, crap, I went through all this,
All that
but
work.
it's all part of it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting, man, Candy. I was just also, if you are, some of these people applying, I think it would be awesome if they got like 2 offers from 2 different companies. Then
Sure.
they could have like a little bidding war on them.
It's great for the candidate,
Yep.
and with the economy right now, it's a lot of employers are hiring, and there's a shortage of really good talent out there.
Yep.
So it's hard.
Yes.
When a company finds a good person, they're going to snatch them up real quick.
Yep. Is there anything on, like we're giving tips, you kind of comment on one negative. Is there some things that people do during an interview that really,
Don't look you in the eye.
Okay.
Or just kind of wandering, don't seem very enthusiastic, or just kind of there just to be there. I've had people that have come in for interviews that said, "I'm just here because otherwise I won't be able to get unemployment from." So they're playing the game a little bit.
The game,
so,
yes.
and I get it, but then
It's wasting your time.
you just wrap things up cordially, and then you're on your way.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
What
don't
else do
know.
you want to know about my world?
Oh, I just want to know how much actual work you do. That's when you're working from home, man, Candy. There's times where I don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
Man, Candy's watching soccer, and I just want to know on a normal 8-hour day, over under 2.5 hours of actual work. That's what Vegas has got it set at. That's what Vegas has got.
I'll take a solid over. on that.
P did just took a little bit on the under. I heard. Yep. Oh man, how about some of those? I've been hearing from people that are still perfect on the podcast. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we got a couple. Hopefully you're going to be 19 for 19 listening to it, and I'm just hoping we just keep getting the word out. And
we got to get
these tips.
We got to sign some of our cards for
Yes.
listeners,
Yep.
our stickers. Sorry, for some of our listeners that have listened to all soon to be 19 episodes.
Yes.
I know we got P did, we got Gangster Greg, we got
LS,
we got ManCandy. There's a lot of them
There's
out
a
there.
lot. And if you've gone 19 for 19, give us a shout out, and we're gonna give you a shout out on our podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we just gave out 4 shout outs right there.
That's
just
right.
For the ones that are perfect on listening to all of them.
They're for lifers.
They're for lifers. So that's awesome. Well, man, Kenny, we're getting ready for. Is that it?
I think we covered some really good ground this episode.
Hopefully this help out if you're maybe interested in the job market and gonna go out and get an interview, or if you're the boss man like me, Kenny, interviewing people, just take some of our tips and probably a guarantee lock for getting a job.
Find that perfect candidate.
Yeah,
Love it.
Or find that perfect candidate. That's right.
Well, last week's episode, we had our fake sponsor of the deflator pill, which has sparked a lot of conversation.
That is taken off.
There's a lot of interest in the deflator, which is great to see and good for them.
Well, then I've heard from some people that the 2 minutes that it takes to work is just
Too long.
Too long. It takes too long. So
our sponsor of today's episode.
no way.
Yeah, the Deflator Plus.
The Deflator Plus. Pay a little extra, but
It
it
works
works quicker.
instantly.
It works quicker. So that would be that. The Deflator Plus. Mm-hmm. When did that come out?
It's just patent pending, but it's coming.
Oh, that is so it works instantly.
Instantly.
It's like kind of putting maybe a little patch on your tongue.
It's patch on the tongue, and I heard that they may also have a cream too.
Oh, some would like the cream.
Some would like the cream.
The cream might. I don't know.
Might have the reverse effects.
Well, the Deflator Plus. I thank you for sponsoring, being our fake sponsor of our show, and I just hope people can take advantage of that. And if any situation that arises where, hey, this isn't the right moment, buddy.
Yeah.
I needed to go down, and boom.
I like that you just said buddy.
Yep. Yep, that's right. Well,
good stuff today.
Yes, well, we're going to have our picks come out, tomorrow. So we'll make sure to pay attention, maybe go opposite like we've been saying.
Folks, just go opposite.
Yep.
And those are guaranteed winners.
Well, that puts a wrap to number 19. Looking forward to number 20. Get ready.
Yeah.
Do we even do a preview of 20 or no? 20 is a big one. Oh, 20 is going to be a must listen.
That's right.
Oh, yes.
So stay tuned. Make sure to like and follow us on X at JO Tips Podcast. And tell your friends about JO Tips Podcast on Spotify here, Apple, and Amazon Play.
All right. We dragged it on long enough. See ya.
There you go.